Almost good afternoon. It's great to be here, and I appreciate all of you coming out and hearing about my candidacy. I know we're all working hard from the top of the ticket all the way down, but first and foremost with President Obama, this is a critical election. I know the primary isn't as focused for people, but in the fall we'll all be united working behind President Obama. As mentioned, I'm a candidate for Water Reclamation District, and our race is really on the primary side, because historically, if the Democrats who win the primary are victorious in the fall. So I would appreciate your help and support. I am supported by the Cook County Democratic Party. I, along with Deb Shore and Carrie Steele, are the three slated candidates, and I appreciate that. I'm also endorsed by the Chicago Federation of Labor, the Chicagoland Chamber of Commerce, a number of the townships and committeemen. I have some information that's here that lists all of the endorsements. But I do think that the party, we're all uniting behind the slate of candidates. I think we are a very strong, diverse slate of candidates, not only the obvious diversity, but also professional diversity. I'm an attorney, Carrie Steele is a chemist, and Deb Shore has been very active on environmental issues. So I think we each add value to the ticket, we complement each other, and I think we bring a strong slate to all the Democrats, and it's a slate that I think all of us can be very proud of. And when we go out and talk about the issues, and the key issue, especially out here, we're aware of is flooding. Flooding is a major concern throughout the county. That's the MWRD's, I think, core issue right now is how we address flooding and how we can prevent the water from going into our basements, the damage that's causing. The other issue is on water quality, making sure that we have safe water for all of us, for drinking water. We also have to be a little more progressive and forward thinking. The water that you brush your teeth with that goes down the drain, that gets cycled and sent out down the Mississippi River to the Gulf of Mexico. We never recycle. So we need to be more conscious of how we can conserve the Great Lakes and the water we have in Lake Michigan, recycling that water and using that for industrial use, but more importantly, preserving that water and conserving it here so that the Great Lakes, which has 20% of the world's surface water, is preserved. That's a commodity we can't manufacture. Once it's gone, we lose it. Unlike alternative energies, water is a vital, vital asset for us. So I appreciate your listening to me. I ask you to please consider voting for me. My punch number is 74. I've been involved in in community activists. I'm the chairman of the Illinois Council Against Handgun Violence. I was the chairman and a board member of the Boys and Girls Club. And I've also been on the Bubbly Creek Committee. I live in Bridgeport, and there's a finger of the South Branch of the river called Bubbly Creek, which is one of the most polluted waterways in the United States. And I was on a committee in '05 working with MWRD and the city of Chicago to come up with ways that we can clean up the water, the banks, and looking at that South Branch of the river as a corridor to improve that, to make that comparable to what we have on the north side, where we have all kinds of wildlife and people engaging in the waterway up there, kayaking and canoeing. And we need to do that same thing throughout the county. So I appreciate your support. I appreciate you listening to my candidacy. And I would ask you, again, to please punch 74 for Patrick Thompson, 73 for Carrie Steele, and 72 for Deb Shore. Thank you very much.